Hey everyone, it's April from Yoga by Sarah. I wanted to pop on here today because I have some more exciting news to share with you. I know there's been a lot of exciting news coming out of the studio over the past few weeks, but we wanted to share these with you one at a time so that folks wouldn't feel too overwhelmed and you'd have a bit of a chance to process all the information that we're sharing with you. So just to recap, as of September 1st, we will begin renovations on the space that is next door to our current Yoga by Sarah location. We will be expanding our studio into this space, which will give us another yoga studio of approximately 30 mats, as well as office space for our Align team and for my husband Bill, who has recently sold his business, Future Access, and is coming on board at Yoga by Sarah full-time for marketing and admin. This will also give us a larger front desk, as well as a larger coat closet and reception area to accommodate the extra flow of people in the studio. Earlier this week, we gave you our latest update, which was that we have now become the owners of On the Mat in Fort Erie. We're very excited to add this studio to our yoga community. All passes and memberships will be valid at both St. Catharines and Fort Erie locations. So, with all of the exciting things happening around here, including our new Align program, Yoga for Mental Health, including the expansion of our St. Catharines studio and our expansion into Fort Erie, it became pretty clear that now is the time to rebrand and change our name. One of the most common questions that I've received over the last couple of months, especially in relation to our Align program, is who is Sarah and why is the studio called Yoga by Sarah? Of course, for those of you who have been practicing here a long time, you know that Sarah is the founder of this studio. You also know that Sarah is the one who brought yoga to St. Catharines over 20 years ago. We are very grateful to Sarah for the heritage that she created here at Yoga by Sarah. For those of you who are new to the studio, you've been kind of confused, wondering, who is Sarah? Why is the studio called Yoga by Sarah? In fact, I get so many emails that are addressed to Sarah, or people think my husband is married to Sarah. So we thought with all the expansion, it was time to change the name and rebrand. I'll be honest, I never thought I would change the name. I thought I would keep it. I mean, everyone knows Yoga by Sarah, and it's a nice way to honor Sarah's heritage. I really didn't think I would change it. But over the last few months, with all of the expansion, something has shifted, and now is the time. Now, before I tell you what the name is, I want to preface it by saying that I know that change is hard. And for some of you, you're going to be really uncomfortable with calling this studio anything other than Yoga by Sarah. And some of you are going to need time to sit with it for a while. And some of you may not ever think of this studio as anything but Yoga by Sarah. And that's okay, I get it. Some of you are going to love that we've changed our name and say, yeah, it finally makes sense, way to go. Others aren't really going to care and be totally indifferent, and that's okay too. Okay, here goes. Our new studio name is Lost and Found Yoga, and our tagline is Find Yourself on Your Mat. We love this name because it is so reflective of what happens when someone is on their yoga mat. So often people tell us that they find themselves on their yoga mat. In this busy, crazy, chaotic Western culture that we live in, your yoga mat is often the only place where you get peace and quiet and an opportunity to self-reflect and kind of find yourself, really. It also links in with our Align program because a lot of what we do with Align is help people who are feeling a real disconnect from their bodies reconnect with their bodies and create a sense of embodiment. So we love the name. We think it's just perfect and a total reflection of what we do here at the studio. Okay, so here's our new branding and logo. You'll notice that we've kept the logo pretty similar to our current Yoga by Sarah logo. We wanted to keep things recognizable and familiar and comfortable for our current members. Please know that it will take a bit of time to transition everything over to the new brand, Lost and Found Yoga. Some things will happen quickly, like business cards, for example, or social media handles, but some things like signage could take a longer period of time to transition over. So you might see things in the community that say Yoga by Sarah, and you might see things in the community that say Lost and Found Yoga. No, it's talking about the same place, the same studio, and also know that our community here hasn't changed. A name change does not change what happens here in the studio. It doesn't change our class schedule. It doesn't change who our instructors are. It's just a new name that is more reflective of this new chapter in this studio. We will also be changing the name of On the Mat in Fort Erie to Lost and Found Yoga. This will create a more consistent brand between the two locations. We will keep you posted on all of the changes as we roll them out, and I hope that you will join me in all of the excitement of all of the adventures that lie ahead in this new chapter of Lost and Found Yoga. And even better than that, I hope you will join me in finding yourself on your mat.